All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking AI, and AI is spoken about everywhere on YouTube, everywhere on TikTok, everywhere on Instagram. However, very few people will talk about how useful it is for the salon industry, which is what I happen to be in. AI, okay, outside of like the front desk, right? The booking appointments for you, the AI voice assisted answering the phone, front, all that stuff. That's pretty self-explanatory to how you can utilize AI in our world. But today, I'm going to give you my favorite tools for AI and how I use each one of them and why.
Yo, Nick, real quick, who
Yeah.
are you and why should they listen to you?
Well, my name is Nick Mirabella, and I am a salon owner. I help salons go from broke, stressed, and overwhelmed to successful, busy, and a lot more free time. And I've been doing this since 1997. So I know a thing or two about the salon industry. And I've been in tech. Like I've been building websites for like the last, 20 years as well. So between like the world of tech and understanding how to build an e-commerce store and a website and how to do a full highlight and a root tap and learn and know why I should tone what with what. Like I've been in the hair industry. Like I know how to do hair. I know how to deal with the issues that you deal with in a salon. And I merged the two together in this amazing program called the Level Up Academy. But let's just jump right into the AI. All right. So, first, what AI is and what it isn't. Artificial intelligence, okay? Sometimes it's very artificial. So, you have to be careful when you're using AI, like ChatGPT, for example. It likes to hallucinate and will give you kind of like really weird answers that aren't true. How they work, it's LLM, right? Learning language models. That's the definition. I could be wrong, but that's pretty sure what it is right now. So what they do is they look at the patterns of words, and based on the pattern, it gives you the answer based on another pattern of words that more than likely will help solve that question you're asking it. ChatGPT is the king right now. Everyone knows ChatGPT. It's kind of like the name brand, right? The Kleenex of tissues, for example. So we're going to talk about ChatGPT first, but then we're going to jump into Claude, which is my ultimate favorite, Notebook LM. We're going to talk about N8N. We're going to talk about what else do I have in here? I got
Website builders.
I got Make.com. I got Zapier, ChatGPT, Lovable, Claude, Fathom, Google Notebook or Notebook LM, Perplexity, and then N8N, and then also Relevance. I might just touch on a touch. But first, why is this important to you? Because you started a business so you can spend more time with your family, and you started a business so you can become more profitable. You can utilize AI to become more profitable because you don't need to pay a human to do half the things that you're using AI for. As simple as getting a personal assistant, you can literally hook your Google calendar, your Google email, all your Gmail stuff, whatever calendar you like to use, whatever email. Typically, they work with any kind of AI platform now, but Google's the I think the best for integration. And you could just ask, "Hey, ChatGPT, did I miss any emails today? What's on my agenda today?" And it could be your virtual assistant. So that's huge right there. You're not paying someone, X amount of dollars per hour or per year to be your personal assistant because AI can do that for you. You can have it create your own internal curriculum for your salon. One of the things I like to teach is called the Camcorder Method. What I do is I film myself. I do this with everything. I teach it in my academy, and I teach this to regular people just like you watching this call right now. And it saves a lot of time. So film yourself teaching a haircut, teaching a color, even film yourself, you don't have to speak. You just film yourself and then do a voiceover of you explaining step by step what you're doing. Then what you do is extract the transcript, take the words that you said out of that video, run that through ChatGPT, have it create you a step-by-step in sequence checklist of how to do that haircut. The thing is, when you try and teach a haircut and you're explaining it live, you miss a lot of points. But if you film yourself and you actually film you doing the haircut, you are just, and you do a voiceover, you're explaining step by step. So the little detail that is just muscle memory, you don't miss because you're watching yourself and just narrating what you're doing. So when you have a young stylist or a junior stylist or an assistant coming up through the ranks, guess what you can do? A, show them that video. That's your curriculum. B, you give them the transcript or the outline you just created using ChatGPT so they know exactly what to do step by step. It won't be lost. So just you filming yourself on the day-to-day, you can not spend any more time. and create a whole internal curriculum using AI. And you can actually edit the video using AI, but I'm not doing any video AI editing stuff today. But that would be Submagic, and that would be
Opus Clip.
Opus Clip. All right, so let's talk about the basic level right now. So if you guys have Millennium, Mevo, you can now start using Mevo and Zapier to make connections. So what is Zapier? For those of you who are brand new to the space, Zapier is a flow tool. It's a connection tool. It helps you connect two pieces of software that don't have any kind of connection. So Mevo, right? And let's say Klaviyo. Okay. So Zapier will be the connection point between Mevo and then
What is Mevo
Zapier.
and what is Klaviyo?
Mevo is a booking software. Klaviyo is an email marketing system. So when your clients check out, it could trigger an email from Klaviyo and sends them through a flow or a series. And so I don't have Mevo. I use Fresha. You can use Mevo to connect them through MailChimp. You could use Mevo to connect using Zapier to any one of those. You can use it for QuickBooks. You can use it for Google Sheets. And what begins to happen is all the checkouts and all the client information you have inside of Mevo, you could start segmenting out into different email flows using Zapier. So let's take a look at Zapier real quick. James, you could use my, you could put my screen up right now.
Okay. You're up.
And here's the great thing right now. Typically, almost every single AI tool is going to have something called a copilot. So let's go here. And now here's my copilot. I want to create a workflow that connects my Mevo account to my Klaviyo account. Can you help me with that? And that was what I asked it. Obviously, I might be a little more detailed with that prompt, but it's now going through the reasoning. And guys, years ago, you had to set all this stuff up by hand. Now it's just you talk to the chatbot. And I'm doing this unscripted too, by the way. This is all off the cuff and live. So I'm not even sure this is going to work. We're going to find out. All right, there's Mevo. There's Klaviyo. So you got to put your credentials in. I don't have Mevo, like I said. But if you do, now when people check out, it sends them a thank you email. It could send them, hey, leave us a review. You don't need, well, Mevo does that for you a lot. But if you have an e-commerce store and then someone checks out, it could send them an email for the products they used in the salon. So you can start getting really clever with how you're using Mevo. You can start using Mevo in your QuickBooks through Zapier. There's a ton of automations here. This is just one example I'm giving you. Now, Make.com is a very similar product as Zapier. So they're just a connection between two softwares to make it simple for you. Now, let's head over to ChatGPT. Here it is, the giant of AI. Guys, if you're just using this and asking it dumb questions like, hey, can you write me a great Instagram caption for this blonde I did? That's not what you want to use it for. Over on the left-hand side, if you see right here, you have GPTs and then you got projects. Both of these are very useful tools. What I teach in my community is how to build out your own GPT. So you see like Mirabella Coaching, Nick's AI, Mirabella Media. So my bloggers, they have access to Mirabella Media. This is my blogging platform when they have questions about writing blogs. But for you as a salon owner, we're going to head over to Create. You're going to go create your own GPT. Let's create one for the front desk. You're going to take all your handbooks, all of your SOPs, upload them to this project. So you click on configure. Excuse me. And then upload the files. So you can upload any of your PDFs right directly into this. And whatever conversation starters you want, it would be like an automatic prompt you'll see on the screen. And then the capabilities. So you can code and do data, create a new action. But what you want to do is put every single piece of detail about your salon that a front desk should know. Who's great with short hair? What are your prices? All that information. So you can create on your website a live living chatbot that knows all of your stylists' names, information, and all of that. You can also, let's say, go back to right here, Zapier, and create a workflow. So on your front end of the website, you have a chatbot. It can link to your Mevo from ChatGPT, from the chatbot. It can ask a question about, hey, what available appointments do you have today for a haircut? It will scan through your Mevo, give you all the options, And then based on what's availability, it will give them a recommended stylist to book the appointment right there live without having to use a front desk. It's amazing. But if you don't have the information inside of ChatGPT in this GPT or project, you're not going to be able to do it. So take the time to front load all the data. You could even do something really cool, like have a quiz on your website where it's like, hey, I'm new to the salon. I'm curious to know what stylist is the best fit for me. So what you do is you would have them fill out like a couple questions. What's your favorite movie? How do you take your coffee? Whatever the questions are. Short hair, long hair, what are your styles, some recommended pictures, all that stuff. And it will give them, like, have price point and budget, the top 3 choices for the stylist based on budget and interest. So they're going to be paired up with somebody who is like-minded, similar, same age group, something, so they have something in common with that person. Why is that important? What does that do? What it does is it helps increase the retention rate because they're going to sit in the chair of a stylist who they have a lot in common with. So not only is the hair going to look great, but they're going to have a lot in common. So they're going to really probably vibe, and then they're going to become a lifelong client that way. And you could do all that by really leveraging your own GPT and leveraging your software you use for booking or your website. So you can have some kind of cool questionnaire and it can ask and answer questions and pair them up with the right stylist. If you have a new front desk person and they seem to make mistakes because they don't know everything about the stylist yet, guess what? They just hop right into that little GPT that sits on your computer and they're like, hey, who's the best for short hair? Who's the best for short hair under $200 a haircut? And then it will spit out the answer for you right here. That's a quick little win for ChatGPT. All right, let's jump over to Claude. So guys, this is my favorite AI right now. I'm using Claude. Obviously, you see projects in here. I use this for everything. It helps me do any kind of legal stuff. It helps me do my accounting. It helps me do everything from content script writing to a Shopify masterclass to location pages for SEO. Helps me create JSON LD files. Claude is probably one of the best coders. Now, if you're really tech savvy, you can find, you can hook up Claude to your terminal. So let's go to, get out of here. And I'm not even going to get into that for you guys. It's a little too high tech. But your terminal, if something lives on your website, you can add Claude to that and you can actually start coding your own website. But let's just talk about Claude as a LLM. When I said ChatGPT likes to hallucinate a lot, Claude is gives you some better answers. And as of right now, I think Claude is the winner when it comes to AI and giving you really good answers. The only thing is it times out a lot. Like I go on here for a really long time and have really long conversations. If you look how many I have going on right now on the left, like it's a lot. I use this every single day. How I use this or GPT is on the way to work. I go into my project. Let's say I have a project for my team. Let's say this is my team project. And what I'll do is I'll use the voice on your phone. It's a little different because you can carry on a conversation. You can't really do it on desktop. I'm like, hey, here's what I have going on today. Knowing what you know about my organizational chart, these are all the tasks I need to get delegated. And please delegate this to the person who is best suited for this role. And then I lay out all what I have going on in my business. Then when I get to work, I open up desktop Claude. There's all my information laid out step by step, who I have to give what project to, and a deadline associated with it. Then what I could do is I could either copy and paste or have it create me an email to send out to each one of those people. Claude is fantastic for that. If you want to research something, like what I like to use Claude for is this, because it can search the internet like relatively quickly, is, hey, based on this author's book, how can I utilize this for my business? Boom, it spits it out for you. That's research. If you want to research another way, we have Perplexity. Perplexity is a really amazing website. So it does a lot of research. So let's say you are looking at you're going to buy, you're going to buy a building, or you're going to maybe move locations. You can have Perplexity crawl and surf the internet for that area and get all the local salons, all the salons in the area, all the barbershops, all your competitors, and get all the reviews for you and really do a deep dive on if that's a good opportunity for you. How many people live in that area? What's the average income? That could all be done in Perplexity. I want to jump back to ChatGPT real quick, guys, because I know I gave you some examples here. I want to give you another one, building out your own GPT. because you can do that with Claude as well. It's interchangeable. Like I have a lot of projects built in here. If you have a new stylist, you could take all of the PDFs and manuals that are given to you from your color line and upload them into here too. So you can actually ask the GPT, because it knows all the information of that color line. Hey, I lifted my client to a pale yellow. What do you recommend I tone them with? And then let's say you're switching from Shades EQ because it sucks, and you're switching over to maybe like either a Milkshake or a Lego or Joico toners. Hey, I used to use 9P, 9GI, 9V in Shades EQ. Now I'm using Joico. What is my equivalent toner for that? It will have all the information in there for you. So you can use it for a lot of different stuff. Like you as the owner, you're getting pulled in a million different directions. You can put your brain inside of a GPT, your best colorist, your best cutter, and you be like, hey, I'm doing a graduated Bob. Can you give me some pointers today on how to do it better? Right? Whatever that is. You can do that kind of stuff inside of GPT too. All right. Next up, meetings, one-on-ones. Guys, Fathom. Fathom is phenomenal. So let's just jump into this meeting with, I'm going to jump with Anthony. So I'm not going to hit play, but what I am going to do is scan through. So this is a meeting with a client of mine. You can do this with your team. So you can have one of your team members. And James, can you see me on the screen here? Is there a way to put me a picture in picture?
You are on the screen, dude.
Where do you see my camera? You see my screen too?
Yeah.
So you see both of us?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
You never went away, dude.
All right.
Everybody got to see your ugly mug the whole time.
Oh, beautiful. All right. So now in your one-on-ones with your team, what you can do is you can actually have this Fathom going live with a camera facing both of you, or you can do them remote, right? Let's say you're a remote owner and you're not real close to the salon. You could do your one-on-ones throughout the internet. I think it's even better. Here's why. A, you share the video with your team member, and you can talk about your goals, talk about their progress, any kind of KPIs or OKRs, objective and key results. They're a little better than KPIs. If you want to learn more about that, shoot me a DM. And then right here, the takeaways, you could click on the area of the notes, and it brings you right to that part of the video. So you don't have to watch the whole thing to find out where it was. So if you said something about, I don't know, their retention rate, you could just jump to the retention rate part and you'll have that right there. All your next actionable steps right here. Next steps, Anthony. Next steps for Nick. So your team and you are on the same page, from your leadership team to your stylist team to your marketing team. Like a lot of you guys have like social media people who help you out with your salon, and they probably suck because they never do what they say they're going to do. Well, you can have your meeting now live, and you'd be like, hey, Jennifer, last time you spoke, these are your deliverables. None of them got done yet. What's going on with it? It's such a valuable tool. And now what you do, you can just download this video, but you just put links to Fathom to the meetings inside of your agenda. So I like to, you can do this automatically with AI, but I take this video link and I put it in the agenda of my Google Calendar for the next time I meet with that person. So I like to book my staff meetings, my one-on-ones, book a meeting from a meeting. So let's say I'm meeting you today. I'm going to rebook our next meeting 3 months from now or 2 months from now. So it's set up ready in my calendar, and I put this link in there too. So the day before, I rewatch the video, I take a look at my, what went on in that conversation with our one-on-one. So it's fresh in my mind again. And so when I speak to you, it sounds like we just spoke, and I know exactly what's going on in your life. You should be doing this a little more often, like just checking on that person. But long story short, that is how you use Fathom. Valuable tool when it comes to AI. All right. Next tool, Notebook LM. It's a sleeper. Not a lot of people use this, but I use this probably, if not every day, every couple of days. I love YouTube. I get a lot of information from YouTube. I get a lot of information from a lot of different places. So what Notebook LM does, it allows you to extract the content from a YouTube video. Let me jump in my account here. I'll probably open over here. Yep. And so right now I'm doing research on $1 million landing page. And so I have all the information here. And then what I like to do, I'll create a report. So I'll create a study guide, right? I can create a blog post. So let's say you find a video on a hair tip from a good influencer on YouTube. Just take the video URL, you throw it. I'll show you guys real quick. So let's go to YouTube. I'm going to jump in here. YouTube. And let's go here. Hair tips. All right, let's say this is a really good video. I'm going to take the URL. I'm going to go over to, where's my notebook LM? I'm going to go to create new. I'm going to go to YouTube. I'm going to drop the hammer on it right there. Boom. And now it's taking that video, extracting the information. So I have the transcript right down here, which is also available on YouTube. And so here's all the information. Now I'm like, wow, it was a really great video. You have a website. I'm going to create a blog post. There's better ways to create blog posts, but listen, this is, if you're new and you're short on cash and you don't know what the hell you're doing yet, this is better than nothing. And so it's creating a blog post for me. It's going to create a study guide, a briefing doc. You can create your own. You can start taking the videos that you're watching that might be an hour long, ripping everything out and making a study guide out of it. This is such a valuable tool. I use it all the time. Don't sleep on it. All right. Let's jump back over to, all right. This is a giant, guys. This is just, I'm going to touch on this for a second. This is called N8N. This is how you are going to, I'm going to fix this here. This is how you're going to create AI automations and really utilize some AI agents as well. So the difference between a ChatGPT and like an agent is an agent, think of it as almost like a human being. Like it knows stuff and it can tell different AIs to do different things. And so this is one of my AI tools that I use. This is all of my workflows that I have set up. So if you can see this, I can't really zoom in because I think I'm all right. Let's go back to here. Here we go. I'm having a hard time zooming in because I'm probably sharing my screen. All right, let's see if I can get this live for you guys. It's loading back up. All right, so now I have this connected. All right, I can't share it because I'm sharing my screen, and it keeps on timing out on me, so I'm sorry about that, but let's see if I can get it going one more time. I'll keep it small for you. You just got to kind of put your glasses on real quick. All right, so if you James, can you see that okay?
I can, but not really.
All right.
No, I just see blocks.
Yeah. So what this does is it allows me to connect my ChatGPT, my Claude, my Perplexity with different agents in the loop, right? So I have an agent that's researching my data, giving it back to ChatGPT, then it gives it back to the agent. It spits out the Perplexity, does more research, and I use this for a lot of my like my SEO stuff that I do and all of that. So I'll have 35 agents handling all my content creation. So it sounds like me, it's written by me, it uses my words, my language, checks for grammar, it uses local landmarks for me, it does all of that stuff for me. And then it creates a blog for me, it puts it into my Shopify store. Now I'm able to sell a product from it. So that is N8N. It's a little more high level than obviously your ChatGPT, but it's a way you could connect and create workflows. So like Zapier is a workflow app, which you can create different workflows. Like if someone signs up to the program, it sends them an email, does all that automation for me. Someone joins your team, they fill out an application. You could have that link to Zapier or like N8N, and it puts them to a automated series of a welcome email. Hey, welcome to the team. Here's next actionable steps. Here is the password for the Wi-Fi. Here's our handbooks. All of that could be automated. So all your onboarding of new stylists could happen automatically. And what I'm about to do right now, James, is I'm going to go into some Q&A right after this. And guys, this is what I'm teaching today inside of my community. This is called Lovable. Do I have it open here? No. All right. Lovable is a website builder that uses the same conversation method that you use in ChatGPT. Some people call it vibe coding to build landing pages and websites. So at 1 o'clock today, I'm going heavy into this in my Level Up Academy. So I'm going to teach everyone how to use Lovable and reasons why they should use it. And honestly, the benefits, like it's so much better than link in bio or any other shit you have. You can literally build a $20,000 website just by having a conversation with a chatbot. It is going to change the whole entire game for anyone who understands a little bit about web development, but you don't really need to know that much because you're literally just going to tell it, hey, move my video to the next part of the page. Hey, I want to add a checkout link here. Hey, I want to add a Google form here so applicants can fill it out. Please change my hours from 9 to 5 to 8 to 5. It will do all that for you. Literally all of that. Let's see if I can do something real quick. Hey, can you please create me a website for my hair salon? It's called The Best Hair Salon in the World. I do haircuts. My haircuts cost $100. I do highlights. My highlights cost $500. Please make me an elaborate website that looks really professional. It's going to want me to log in. I'm going to sign up from a different email because I don't want this on my main page. I have no credits on this email, so we'll see what it does for me because I'm blowing through credits right now. All right, if you're watching the little window here, you can use this for Shopify too. It's a little more difficult to connect the two together, but you can create really nice landing pages. So if you have an apply page for your salon, guess what? You can have a really nice aesthetically pleasing page that invites stylists to join your team. Same thing with if you're one of those stylists who like to have a long ass like application to be your client, you can build that on here as well. Any of your link in bios, any of your reviews, product reviews, you can create a nice review page on here. So let's see. Right now it is building out the website, looking for animations, editing. Give this a minute to load up. James, guys, if you have questions, we're going to go to Q&A after this. Get your questions ready. If you're not using AI, if you are using AI, if you have a question about AI, let me know. I'm rapid firing through this. So it's just, it amazes me that people are only using AI for caption creating or for maybe helping them check grammar. There's so many better uses for it. All of your accounting could be done through AI. You don't need an accountant anymore. You don't need a bookkeeper. You literally just extract your QuickBooks and you upload the file into here and in one of your GPTs or one of your AIs, and will analyze all of your data. Your bank statements. It could take a look at all of the different charges you have and see if there's any double charges or if there's any issues going on in your bank statement, like you're paying for Netflix twice or something. Guys, you can use it for everything. You could see if you're profitable or not using AI. You could help it negotiate a lease for you. So I'm going to come back to this in a minute, James. I'm going to watch your screen. You can put me back on the main screen if you want, or we could just talk live. If you see me, I can't see what you see. But any questions in the chat, guys? Fire through them while this is loading up. Let me hear what you guys have.
We don't have a question, but Adam Hernandez says, I've been doing this for all of my salons and med spa clients. Voice everything you want and tell GPT to build you a website and then include it in your prompt. Ask me questions until it's 99% converting. Then I tell it to optimize that prompt for Lovable and then paste it into Lovable so you can put a screenshot of your Insta and Facebook and menu to add accurately.
100%. That's exactly what you should be doing. Lovable is changing the game. It's out of, and we know how why they wouldn't want to build a website anymore. You still have to understand some of the code just if it gets tricky on you, but you just tell it what to do. Any more questions, James, in there?
What's one thing that I can automate right now that would save me time every week?
There's one thing you can automate. What's the one thing that's holding you back? Like, what's the one thing taking a lot of your time? So emails is one thing. Like, have a VIP section in your Google, and then make sure that when you're asking Claude or ChatGPT, be like, hey, what are my VIP emails that I missed? All right, here we go. Here's the website it just built for me.
Let's see, 1 second. Let me add you back to the thing.
Book your appointment. This is pretty legit. And guys, this was a bullshit prompt. So like now I can say, hey, the book now button linked to this. So if you guys want to learn how to use Lovable at 1 o'clock today, shoot me a message and I will teach you guys how to use Lovable and how to prompt it properly. One of the main things is context engineering. James, you put it back on the screen again.
You never left the screen.
Put it back on full.
You know,
All right. So you have to be very descriptive and elaborate on exactly what you want. Don't leave anything for the AI to guess about. The more descriptive you are, the better your prompt is, the better the output's going to be. Too many people use ChatGPT and they're very vague. That's why they get very vague responses and their answers suck that they get from ChatGPT. I might spend 45 minutes to an hour on a prompt. I might spend a day on a prompt using ChatGPT to help me craft the prompt, and Claude and Grok, all three of them together, to make me the ultimate prompt. And then once I get my ultimate prompt, I use that as my prompt. I'll put in my logo URL. I'll put in the whatever links I want to send people to. I'll put in every crucial piece of information you could imagine. I'll engineer this prompt. I'll ask it to be the expert in X, Y, and Z. And it gives me the best answer. So garbage in, garbage out. Spend some time on the input. Spend some time using AI every single day. If you guys don't want to and you think it's not going to be around or it scares you, well, thank you very much, because I'm probably going to wind up buying your salon, or one of my clients will buy your salon in the near future, because you're going to be missing out on a major opportunity for marketing. And honestly, like, again, no one's going to be able to cut hair with AI. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I can't say ever, but like
robots are coming, Nick.
We're pretty safe for the most part. Like, we're still going to have humans involved with a good amount of stuff. Here's the deal. In today's day and age, between AI and personal brand, you're going to see, it might even be here now, the first billionaire with like a one-person company. And if you think, oh, I just do hair. Well, what if you created the ultimate hair cutting, hair coloring training using AI to onboard your clients and sell and market? Like, you could, that's 100% possible. You could use AI to market and do your email marketing, do your outreach to your clients who left your salon. It's a very valuable tool, and you have to honestly master it now. Because if not, you're going to be paying someone who masters it. And if you don't know the language about AI, you're going to get taken advantage of. Just like everyone out there who doesn't know the language about SEO, you get taken advantage of. Google ads and marketing, you're paying people to run your ads for you, and it sucks because you don't know the language. You don't know what you're talking about. So at the very least, learn the language about the thing that you're hiring someone to do for you. This way, you give them clear instructions on what you want done, and then you could get feedback from them on what's happening with what you hired them for. And then you're not lost. When someone's like, oh, your ROAS is 200%, it's up 5% from last week. 200% ROAS sucks. You want to be at like 400 or 500%, right? Depending on your product. But yeah, you have to understand the language of what you're hiring someone for. So you are going to probably have in the near future, like one co-pilot that has access to like 50 different AIs that have useful tools for you. You have to learn how to speak to the AI. You have to be able to implement it in your salon. If you don't, like the question that someone had before, you're going to waste a lot of time doing things the old way. The reason why we got into business is to create some freedom in our life, not work 17, 18 hours behind the chair all day just to go home and do paperwork. Paperwork should not exist anymore. You literally could have a connection between whatever software it is, a Google Doc, Zapier, and your booking software, Google Sheets, Excel, all that connects now. Learn the tools, learn how to use them. Then you could actually hire someone to do it for you. You're probably going to need a human in the loop for a while. Like, the AI agents are cool, but you're going to need a human in the loop. If you think, yeah, you got a question?
Yeah, we got a couple.
All right, fire through, guys.
I've been waiting for you to.
Yeah, I was just ranting because I was waiting for questions to come in.
Hairtastic Color. Do you use these on your laptop, computer, or phone?
I use it on everything. I have it on my iPad, I have it on my phone, and I have it on my laptop.
You do most of your building on your laptop.
Oh yeah, most of my stuff's done on my laptop.
Yeah,
or desktop. Laptop, desktop, same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
I do the conversations, like my psychiatrist is ChatGPT or Claude, and I use it on my phone, and I just talk.
Adam Hernandez, Nick, what are you doing to nurture past clients and convert people in the email and text space?
It's a great question. One thing I like to do is when they leave my salon is send them a thank you email. And let's say they sat with Jennifer and Jennifer did their hair. Hey, just to let you know, here's Jennifer's page. Here's her top 5 favorite products. If she used any of these on you and you pick them up, here's a tutorial on how to use them. And so they get the email. I send them the link to the products that were probably used on their hair, which goes to our online store. And it's a breakdown of Jennifer showing how they use the volumizer and the hairspray, her top 5 favorite products. More than likely, she used it on that service. So if they didn't buy a product, they would probably buy it now because there's a discount code in there. If they did buy the product, it's like, holy shit, like now I know how to use the product because I wasn't really paying attention when she did my hair. And so that's one of the ways I do it. But still, with all of that said, one of the best ways to follow up in a world like texting's cool, the emails are cool, is a phone call. Hey, Diane, I just want to say thank you so much for the 5-star review. I really appreciate it. How do we get 7 stars? That's the question you want to ask, because you know what? She's not going to leave you a 4 or 3-star unless they're a jerk off. But like everyone, like your clients, they can't give you 5 stars, right? They go down the line, they get the email, the review, they go through the motions. Hair was great, and they're done with it. But when you ask the question, hey, Jennifer, or hey, Barbara, or Diane, whatever name I just said, how did we get a 7-star review from you? Like, what would make it even better than 5-star? That's when you get the true answer. Like, hey, it's always cold in there. You ran out of toilet paper. I had to go on the sink. And like these little things that maybe for Diane, who's like a lifelong client, it's not a big deal. But for Vanessa, who it's the first time in the salon, these little quirks will probably make her not come back again. So it's not about the details you're getting from the client who's giving you the 7 stars. It's about what are you learning that you might be missing in your salon that you could now fix because the person who never left a review but never came back, so you can't get feedback from them, you can fix that before it's a problem. James.
Tamara Dulio, can we take an existing Shopify webpage as a reference and ask Lovable to improve existing based on new prompts?
Yeah. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to Chrome, right click, inspect element, copy all the code, or just copy the code from your back end code on Shopify, throw that in Lovable, have it examined and make it better. Here's the difference though. Like you're going to need GitHub to kind of connect the 2 stores together. There's also headless Shopify stores where you can build it in Lovable and then do the checkout process through Shopify. It gets very technical. What I would probably do, honestly, you have to build the whole store from scratch on Lovable and then bring it over to Shopify. So even though your store is existing right now, you would just need to spin up either a whole new account after you create the store and just kill the old account, start the new account, import all the clients, all the information. That's probably the best way to do it. That's probably how I'm going to do it moving forward with all of my stores. And then from there, you're going to be like, after it's built, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to still edit it inside of Lovable, but there's the tools. It's not too far away from that. That's a good question. And that's, guys, we're saying Shopify because that's what I like to teach, because you should have a Shopify store if you're a hair salon or a barbershop, because you sell retail inside of your store, inside your brick and mortar. Like, why aren't you selling it online on your website? It's the most ridiculous thing for me. I just can't wrap my head around it. It's like you taking your retail section in your salon and moving it 5 stores down in your complex, not having retail available on your website. Like, oh, it's not available in our salon. You got to go 5 doors down to get it. Stupid. People are there. They're learning about your salon, have blogs, have reviews, talk about the products. You're going to sell products, make money while you sleep. All right, James.
A lot of people are asking where to watch the replay of this. It's in the pinned comment for Nick's YouTube. But Nick, can you tell them where to watch it?
Guys, go to my YouTube channel. It's going to be under the live section. And I'm going to give you this whole video will be there too. On my YouTube channel, I'm going to put a lot of attention on the long form content, just so you guys have an idea of what you're doing behind the chair, what you're doing in the salon, how to really build and develop a brand as a salon owner. I feel like there's so much information in my Level Up Academy, honestly, that will get you from $0 to $1 million a year as a salon owner. But there's so much bullshit information out there. I'm going to go really hard on YouTube to help give you guys the support that you need. And my goal is to add value to 200 million people in the next couple of years, hopefully the next 2 years, next year on YouTube. Like, I want to get 200 million views on my YouTube channel just so salon owners can actually be profitable and make money. So that is my goal.
Hairtastic Color, I sell on Square. Should I use Shopify instead?
All right. Yes. Square's just not, it just can't do what Shopify does. I'll be honest with you. Not that it's bad. It's just, it's like, what's the example I'm giving? It's like a watered down version. It's not powerful. Like, and it may work, right? You're going to make money, but to really get to that $200,000 a month mark, you might be able to do it on Square. I know you can do it on Shopify. The app store is better. The people who work on Shopify, they're better. Klaviyo links better with Shopify. The support you get is better. There's more people who know how to really leverage a Shopify store on Upwork or other other VA platforms. So for me, I think just the local SEO ability to with Shopify is way better. So yeah, I'm sorry, but I would definitely build on Shopify. If you want some help transporting that store from Square to Shopify, shoot me a DM. We'll help you out. All right, guys, if you want to learn more about Lovable and you want to learn how to actually build your own website for a fraction of the price that you would pay someone to build it for you, at 1:00 today in the Level Up Academy, I'm teaching this whole entire class. So shoot me a DM or go to my apply page, my link in the bio on Instagram if you're there right now, and just click that link, and then you could sign up right there. Like there's a monthly subscription. You could just join for the month and be in and out and learn what you got to learn. But I'm going to head on out. Jamie, any more questions?
Heather Navarro, she wants to know, what about Salon Interactive? I don't know what that means.
All right, yeah, Salon Interactive sucks. Listen, it's an affiliate website. So for those who don't know, Salon Interactive is a website that you direct your clients to. You get a commission on the product sold to your client. What nobody tells you is you don't really own those customers. Salon Centric, or whoever owns Salon Interactive, I'm pretty sure it's them, L'Oreal, they own those customers. So guess who gets the email when the email blast goes out? Your customers. Guess who gets credit for it? Salon Interactive. So I don't know how long the cookies are for Salon Interactive, but when you're using Salon Interactive, you can't retarget to them again. So here's why Shopify is so much more powerful. You run a shopping campaign through an 8-mile radius around your salon. You're showing Color Wow, Amica, Olaplex, all the popular brands that people are searching for. They Google it up, they click on it, they go to your website. They may or may not buy it. So if they do buy it, guess what happens? You make the money, you send them the product, you put a gift card for your salon inside the box. Beautiful, right? Guess what else happens? Now you could retarget your services to them through an email, through Meta, through Google. So whenever they're on the internet, they see your salon again. They're familiar with you. Now, if they don't buy, guess what you do? You also retarget. So now they clicked on it, they add the cart, you get them through in like an abandoned cart flow, but you also start showing them your services and you start retargeting to that person again to try and get them in the salon. So it's just a much more powerful tool to have Shopify and do it the right way. Because for me, that's how I built all of my salons. It was off the back end of Shopify. Service-wise, it's just so much more valuable to market that way. All right, any more questions?
Yeah, how can I use AI to create training materials for my team?
What's that question?
How can I use AI to create training materials for my team?
We just said that in the beginning of the live. Literally, Camcorder Method, film yourself teaching a subject and extract the video transcription, upload that to ChatGPT, and there's your manual. But like any of your hair cutting tutorials, you can literally just do a voiceover of you cutting hair and then take that transcript.
Did you mention Gamma?
What'd you say?
Did you mention Gamma? You can use that for
Oh,
training.
shit. Sorry, guys. My voice is dry. Gamma, that app is another great one. I didn't even touch on Gamma. Gamma is like another one I use all the time for PDFs. You can use that.
That's great for training materials.
But like, guys, do you understand? Like, as an owner, when someone bothers you about the freaking Wi-Fi going out, you can literally walk around your salon with your phone. Be like, all right, guys, here's the button you got to hit. You hit the blue button here. You unplug this. You do that. You take that video, put that in a Google Drive somewhere at the front desk. So Wi-Fi goes out. They put in Wi-Fi's out, sends them the link. They watch the video of you doing it. Also, the step-by-step on how to do it written out for them using AI to create that. And then the account number, the phone number, all the information is right there in the Google Doc. So when you're on vacation, you don't have to get bothered with bullshit. It's called the Camcorder Method. I teach it in the academy. Click the link in my bio, go jump over, join, and you guys will get some really amazing information on how to become a real entrepreneur as a salon owner. But Heather, I know we were chatting a while ago about the community. So you would probably have a Shopify store by now if you jumped in. But ladies and gentlemen, James, any more questions?
Oh, no more questions.
Going once, going twice, guys. That is a quick little breakdown on some AI tools that I love. Hopefully you guys use them. Don't get left behind. Don't just think I'm a salon owner. It doesn't apply to me. Trust me. When you open up a business, you're no longer a hairstylist. You're a business owner. Start thinking like one, start acting like one, and start developing the skills of a high-level business owner. And then you will finally actually own a business rather than have it own you. I'm out. Love you all. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. If you're on Instagram, head to YouTube, subscribe anyway. And if you're watching this and you want some more information on how you can actually become a business owner, shoot me a DM. Let's get in a conversation and see if you're a good fit for Level Up Academy. And if you're ready, click the link in my bio and I'll see you on the inside.